Welcome back to the program. Today on Network Africa, we celebrate children as it's the UN Children's Day, it's the International Children's Day today, and I'm being joined on the program by child rights activist Taiwo Akinlami to discuss the issues of children. Taiwo, thanks for joining us on the program. So every year we celebrate children, and in the last few years we have seen an increase in the number of children who've been, displaced, especially in northeastern Nigeria. What do you think we should be doing instead of all of this? I understand we've still not been able to connect with Taiwo. Let's move on now. In Nigeria, youth farmers have called on the government to tackle unemployment and restiveness by supporting agricultural development in Ekiti State in the southwest of the country. The farmers, under the aegis of Youth in Commercial Agriculture Development, which is now moribund, decry the mishandling of the initiative. Meanwhile, the government says it has paid about 2 billion naira debt from the loans received by some of the youth under the initiative.
Adeyemi Akeredolu holds an HND in computer science, but sees agriculture as a thing of passion. He has 5 hectares of mixed plantation of plantain, palm tree, and cassava. He recently took a step further by building a plantain processing factory in Ado-Ekiti, which will also create some jobs when production fully kicks off.
Instead of looking for a white-collar job, I prefer to create my own, to have a world of my own where at least I can get something from. My vision is to have a very big plantain flour mill. But for now, I'm doing it little by because I don't have the financial support. So whenever I go to farm, then I bring the plantain to this place, and then I sun dry. After the sun dry, then I grind it and seal it into a powder form.
For members of Youth in Commercial Agriculture Development, YCAD, an initiative of the Kayode Fayemi administration, dwindling support from financial institutions has been a major challenge to agricultural development in the state.
Actually, YCAD was supposed to be a program where youth were supposed to be mentored for a period of about 3 years, and upon graduation after 3 years of practicing agriculture, they were supposed to be capitalized into that venture. Unfortunately, when the government changed at about 2014, that process was broken abruptly. So most of the youth got disengaged from the program without any life support. So a lot of them, instead of practicing commercial agriculture, went into subsistence agriculture, which was not too good.
Monitoring, documentation wasn't good enough because the records on ground could not show us clearly the indebtedness of the various participants, because the program, by my understanding, was to set them up and with a loan which they were to repay. The youth, when I called them and interviewed them, some of them just claimed that the money they were supposed to be giving were not given to them. The proceeds, or let me say their harvest, was even sold on their behalf without them having access to the money. The present administration had to pay back that 2 billion naira loan, which was part of the money being deducted as source through SBO from the state government allocation.
One sharing news for youth in aquaculture in the state is a fish village concept supported by the state government in partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
When it's completed, 1,000 youths that have shown interest are going to participate in that.
While some young farmers seem resolute to continue farming, support from all levels of government and the right policies will boost the agriculture sector and tackle the threat of hunger.
After his dramatic rescue of a young boy from a Paris balcony, Mamadou Gassama has been made an honorary French citizen. The Malian migrant was hailed as a hero after mounting a daring rescue to save a little boy dangling from a balcony in the north of the city. Gassama said he had been walking past when he saw a crowd gathered in the front of the building, garnering praise after climbing about 4 floors to save the 4-year-old. Video showed him being cheered on by spectators as he pulled himself from balcony to balcony. The 22-year-old later met with President Emmanuel Macron. The president personally thanked Mr. Gassama, making him a naturalized citizen, giving him a medal for courage and offering him a role in the fire service. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo referred to Gassama as the Spiderman of the 18th in reference to the Paris district where the rescue took place. A daring rescue indeed. Let's move on. Kenyan musician Muthoni, drama queen, is a pan-Africanist and a fierce crusader for Africa. As a creative arts activist, she uses her music as a platform to speak against corruption and poor leadership and to shout about the untapped potential of the continent.
Kenyan artist Muthoni, drummer queen, speaks about the youth, bringing Africans together, and the will to fight the challenges faced on the continent, especially corruption. A painting by artist Michael Soy depicting corrupt officials hangs high in her living room.
When I think of Africa Day, I think of nothing. It's an abstract idea. I think the only people I've seen celebrating it, the South Africans. I know that there's this one company that puts on a festival, and this is the day that South Africans get to watch Africans, right? Put on shows. Outside of that, it really means nothing to me. I don't stop to think, oh, let's observe it. It has no, I got nothing. If Africa Day was to be something, I think that this would be the point, right? A day where there's a deliberate presentation of Africans, so say the broadcasters committing, prime programming of the day or all-day programming to progressive ideas from the rest of Africa, and really making it purposeful, a day for Africans to discover other Africans.
Muthoni says in Kenya, art is an important part to play in fighting corruption and raising awareness.
That's Network Africa. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Joke Rogers.